What's up, PokeTube? Different kind of video today. I'm going to talk about how to beat Gardevoir EX with Gholdengo EX. A couple of different strategies presented to us by Natalie Miller, a much better player than I am. So let's get into it. The primary game plan that many Gardevoir players use is attempt to run him out of energy with Frillish Oceanic Gloom attack. So basically item locking you, so you can't use any superior energy or any energy retrieval stuff to get energy back into your hand. While the Gholdengo player can take knockouts using Soul Rocks, Cosmic Beam, and Vitality Band, if the Gardevoir player attaches a Bravery Charm to their Frillish, then this line of play becomes impossible, and the Gholdengo player is forced to spend 3 energy to knock it out with Make It Rain. The Gholdengo player is under a ton of pressure in this position because of managing their resources against Oceanic Gloom, and by even finding the necessary energy without being able to play Earthen Vessel or Fighting Gong. Most Gholdengo EX players only play 11 energy. I use 12. And if they're forced to just take knockouts with Make It Rain, they usually won't be able to convert 10 energy into 6 prize cards. 3 on a Frillish. With a Bravery Charm, 2 more on 3 more Frillishes is only 4 prize cards until they run out of energy. Yeah, I don't know if I totally agree with that line of thinking, because you can always... There's ways to get them out of your discard, provided you're not item locked the entire time. I guess this is assuming that you're completely item locked the whole time. The additional pressure of Frillish makes Lunar Cycle very costly. The Gholdengo deck, currently relies heavily on Lunar Cycle to draw through the deck, and when they can't easily recover energy, it makes it difficult for them to justify Lunar Cycle. So that makes sense, for sure. This often gives the Gardevoir player a ton of time while they're using Frillish, and they can slowly retreat between their Frillishes to build up damage in play and slowly knock out the Gholdengo EX with an energy removing another energy from play. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. Now let's talk about different ways that we can work around this in the Gholdengo's perspective. So Lana's Aid is a supporter that does the same thing as superior energy, essentially. You can also retrieve any Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box or basic energy from the discard, and it goes directly into your hand. So that's a good one. You can get 3 energy with that. I use Lana's Aid. I think I just have 1 in my deck. Because, again, it's like, if you're not item locked, it's not that useful, but if you are, I will definitely use a supporter to that end. Next strategy is Levincia. Playing 1 Levincia and 2 Lightning Energy. Levincia allowing you to retrieve that from your discard. I don't like this because you're using 3 cards to try and work around something that I just don't think you're going to have to. I don't think you can justify that, being that you're going to have to draw those all 3 cards really, and discard the 2 energies before you can even make use of this. It's just weird. In the current deck is already 2 colors. We're already using Steel and Fighting, so I just think adding a 3rd energy is just going to make it more complicated. And like I said, the chances that you pull all 3 and then it actually comes into play is probably not very high. So I'm not a fan of that one. And then we get Ethan's Sudowoodo. So Ethan's Sudowoodo makes it so that you're during the next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So basically, instead of them item locking us, we're gonna lock them into either Gardevoir EX or Munkidori, and keep them from bringing the Frillish back out. And then we can use our Spirit Energy Retrieval or what have you. So I don't hate this one. I don't use it personally, but I definitely see the merit more than Levincia. I just don't personally use that. Next one is Munkidori. Munkidori I don't love either, but the idea is you're going to sacrifice a Munkidori into Dark Energy, and then once you get the Dark Energy on him, you can use the ability to just siphon a little bit of damage onto the Frillish and make him easier to knock out. I don't know. I think it's similar to Levincia. It's too much to take out of the deck, and also it's just not a lot gained. So that's how I feel about that. And then Mega Mawile EX. I like this one a lot. Mega Mawile EX is usually played in Gholdengo EX to answer Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. But Gobble Down can have strong applications in the end game against Gardevoir EX. If you've managed to take 4 prize cards, yeah, it'll do 320, so it'll one-shot Gardevoir, or pretty much anything else. And yeah, I like this a lot. I use one in my deck, and especially because it's already helpful against a massive counter to the Gholdengo. So, kind of 2 birds, 1 stone thing going on with Mega Mawile. Then we talk about playing from the Gardevoir side. She likes using a second copy of Bravery Charm, and just stick with the item lock. The biggest thing is to look for positions in which you can turn the corner and start to win the prize trade. Gholdengo relies heavily on building a single prize board instead of direct disruption. Yeah, you're pretty much just trying to knock out everything in the active spot. So if you start a position where Frillish makes them far enough behind to a point that you can just win the prize trade, yeah, that's exactly it. Then we're just cooked because we have no real disruption. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, much better player than I am. Check out the article on TCG Player. That is all I got. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe.